Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and press the bell icon. When displaying user data in an app, you don't always want to show the full information. Think about email addresses, phone numbers, or even credit card details. Showing them fully can be a privacy risk. For example, if you're sending an order confirmation email or displaying a public profile, you might want to show just enough for the user to recognize it, but hide the rest. Laravel makes this super easy with the strMask method, which lets you hide any part of a string while keeping the rest visible. Here, you can see that in the email column, we are displaying only the first 3 characters of the email address, masking the remaining characters, and then showing only the domain part, for example, at gmail.com or at hotmail.com. Similarly, in the phone number column, we display the first 2 and the last 2 digits, while masking the digits in between. Let's see how to mask strings in Laravel 12 using the strMask method. First, let's set up our Laravel 12 app. Open your terminal and run the command Laravel new your project name. Then, for the starter kit, select none. For the testing framework, type 0 for pest or 1 for PHP unit and press enter. Next, for the database, type MySQL and press enter. Now, for the database migrations, type no and press enter. Next, type yes to run npm install and npm run build. Our Laravel 12 app has been installed successfully. Next, type cd your project name to navigate to the project directory. Now, open your project in Visual Studio Code. Next, we need to create a database. Open .env file and copy the database name. Go to phpMyAdmin, click on New, paste the database name and click on Create to create the database. The database has been created. Now we need to migrate the database. Go back to Visual Studio Code and open the terminal. Now, type the command php_artisan_migrate and press enter to migrate the database. The database has been migrated successfully. Go to phpMyAdmin, reload the page, and you will see all the tables in the database. Click on the users table, and you will see columns like ID, name, email, etc. We will add 2 new fields called phone and points to this table. Go back to Visual Studio Code. To add columns to the existing users table, we need to create a migration. In your terminal, type the command php_artisan_make:migration space add underscore phone underscore and underscore points underscore to underscore users underscore table space dash dash table is equal to users and press enter. The migration file has been created successfully. Open the database migrations folder and you will find the newly generated migration file. In the up method, we're adding a phone column of type string with a maximum length of 10 characters marked as unique and placed after the email field. We're also adding a points column of type unsigned small integer with a default value of 0 positioned after the phone column in the users table. In the down method, we drop both the phone and points columns to undo the migration changes. Next, we need to migrate the database. Open your terminal, type the command php_artisan_migrate and press enter to migrate the database. The database has been migrated successfully. Go to phpMyAdmin and reload the page. You can see that the phone and points columns have been added after the email column in the users table. Next, we need to add the phone and points fields to the $fillable array in the user model to allow mass assignment. Go back to Visual Studio Code and open the user model, which is inside the app models folder. Here, in the $fillable array, add the fields phone and points. Next, we will generate a users table seeder to automatically insert sample or test data into the users table, which will help us during development and testing. Open your terminal. Type CLS to clear the terminal screen. In your terminal, type the command php_artisan_make:seeder, users table seeder and press enter. The users table seeder class has been created inside the database seeders folder. Next, we need to modify the user factory to include the phone and points fields. We'll also apply some constraints like using specific phone number prefixes and limiting email domains to make the generated data more realistic. Open userfactory.php file. Here I have defined 2 variables, allowed domains, which contains an array of allowed email domains such as gmail.com, yahoo.com, and hotmail.com, and allowed phone prefixes, which holds an array of allowed phone number prefixes like 9867, 9879, 9898, and 9327. The email is created by appending a random username to one of the allowed domains, ensuring consistent and valid email formats. The phone number is generated by selecting a prefix from the allowed phone prefixes array and appending 6 random digits to it, ensuring that all phone numbers start with specific, predefined patterns. The points field is assigned a random number between 0 and 9999 to simulate user scores, rewards, or balances. Next, open the users table seeder file and in the run method, add the following code to generate and insert 100 fake user records into the database using the updated user factory. Here user : factory calls the user factory to generate fake data, count 100 specifies creating 100 users, and create saves the generated users to the database. Next, open the database seeder file and in the run method, add the following line to call the users table seeder and execute its seeding logic. Now we need to seed the database. Open your terminal, type the command php artisan db:/seed and press enter to seed the database. The database has been seeded successfully. Now go to php-myadmin, reload the page, and you should see all 100 user records in the users table. Now, we will create the app layout component, which will serve as the main layout for the application and wrap around other views to provide a consistent structure. Go back to Visual Studio Code. In your terminal, type the command php artisan make::component app layout and press enter. This command will generate two files, app-layout.php file inside the AppViewComponents folder and app-layout.blade.php file inside the resources views components folder. Open app-layout.php file located inside the app view components folder. The render method tells Laravel to use the components.appLayout view when rendering the component. Replace components with layouts and appLayout with app, as we will create a layouts folder inside the resources/views directory and an app.blade.php file within it. In your terminal, type the command php artisan make::view layouts.app and press enter. This will create a layouts folder in resources/views and place the app.blade.php file inside it. Open the app.blade.php file located inside the resources/views/layouts folder. Here, I have defined the main layout structure for the application. It includes the HTML boilerplate, loads phones and scripts via white, and defines two main sections: $header for the page header, if set, and $slot for injecting the main page content. This layout will wrap around all pages that use it. Next, let's create a controller called userController to display the winners list in a Blade view file. Open your terminal. First, type CLS to clear the screen. Now type the command php artisan make::controller userController and press enter. This command will create userController class inside the app/http/controllers folder. Open userController.php file located inside app/http/controllers folder. Define a method called winners that returns the users.winners_blade view, which will be used to display the list of winners. Next, we need to create a winners.blade.php view file. Open your terminal and type the command php artisan make::view users.winners and press enter. This will create a users folder in resources/views and place the winners.blade.php file inside it. Open winners.blade.php file located inside the resources/views/users folder. Here, add the text winners inside an h1 tag and apply the text green 500 class to check if Tailwind CSS classes are working. Next, we need to add a route to display the winners blade view. Open the web.php file located inside the routes folder. Here, I have added a get route for winners that maps to the winners method in the user controller and names the route winners. Don't forget to import the user controller class. Now, let's run our app to see if the winners blade view is displaying correctly. Open your terminal and type the command composer run dev. This will run both php artisan serve and npm run dev, starting the Laravel development server and compiling the front-end assets. Go to your browser and navigate to localhost:8000/winners and you should see the text winners. You can see that the Tailwind CSS class has not been applied. Let's fix this. Go back to Visual Studio Code and open winners.blade.php file. Here, we need to wrap the content inside the X-App Layout Blade component. Go back to your browser and reload the page, and now you should see the welcome text in green color. This indicates that the Tailwind CSS classes are now being applied. Now, let's add the logic to display the winners and mask their email and phone numbers. Go back to Visual Studio Code and open usercontroller.php file. In the winners method, define a variable named $winners. Import the user model, then use it with the order by DSC method, passing points as the argument. This retrieves users from the database ordered by their points in descending order, meaning those with the highest points come first. Then chain the query using the take method and pass 3 to limit the results to the top 3 users based on their points. In short, fetch only the top 3 users. Next, use the get method to retrieve only the name, email, phone, and points fields from the users. Then, chain the map method to the query. Inside the map function, we'll apply custom logic to modify each $user, such as masking their email and phone number. Inside the map function, first destructure the result of explode into the $username and $domain variables. Then, use the explode method, passing at as the delimiter and $user email to split the email into an array. Next, we update the $user email property by masking the username part using the strMask method, which replaces all characters after the first 3 with star. Then we append the $domain to the masked username, reconstructing the full masked email address. Make sure to import str by adding use illuminate /support /str at the top of the file. Next, we update the $user phone property by using str method to extract the first 2 characters of the phone number, which will remain visible. Then we concatenate the masked middle part of the phone number. We first extract all but the first and last 2 digits using str method, and then apply strMask method to replace them with asterisk, keeping only the first and last 2 digits visible. Finally, we concatenate the last 2 digits of the phone number using str method, which extracts them to remain visible. Then, return the modified $user object so the changes can be applied to each user in the collection. Now, before displaying the winners in a table, let's use the dd function to inspect the $winners data and ensure it's correctly formatted. Go to the browser, reload the page, and you should see the dumped $winners data as an eloquent collection. Click on this icon and you will see the individual user model instances, each representing a top winner. These contain the user's details like name, email, phone, and points. Click on the attributes to view the current values of the user model. You will see details like name, email, with part of it masked, phone, with the middle digits masked, and points. Next, let's display this data in a table. Go back to Visual Studio Code. Comment out this dd function. Now, pass the $winners variable to the winners blade view using the compact function. Open the winners.blade.php file and delete this entire div section. Here I've added a table from Flowbyte. I'll provide the link to this table in the description of the video. We are displaying a heading as top 3 winners. And in the table header, we have columns for rank, name, email, phone, and points. In the table body, we're displaying dummy data. After the tBody tag, add the @forage blade directive to iterate over the collection of winners and display their details within the table. Now, cut this code and paste it inside the add for each loop. Inside the add for each loop, pass the $winners collection and use $index, $user to iterate over the winners. Here, $index will give the position, rank of the user, and $user will represent each individual user object. First, we display the rank of each winner using $index plus 1. The $index variable represents the current position in the loop, and adding 1 ensures the rank starts from 1. Copy this line of code and paste it here. We display the user's name using $user name. Copy this code and paste it into the remaining TD elements. Here we display the email of the user. Then we display the phone of the user. Finally, we display the points of the user. Now go to your browser, and you should see the top 3 winners displayed, complete with their rank, name, masked email, masked phone number, and points. In this video, we demonstrated how to mask sensitive information like email addresses and phone numbers in a Laravel application. Using Laravel's strmask and str_sub_str methods, we effectively hid parts of the data while keeping it usable for display. We also walked through integrating this functionality with Blade components and displaying it in a table format. Now, you can apply this masking technique to enhance data privacy in your own Laravel projects. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Feel free to drop any questions or comments below, and I'll be happy to help. I will see you in next tutorial. Till then, stay safe.